So our treatment will depend upon two things: the reverse Hill-Sachs size, RHS size, and the duration of dislocation. So how do you plan your treatment is, you measure the Hill-Sachs defect on a NCCT. Now if the reverse Hill-Sachs is less than 25% of the humeral head, you just need to do a open reduction. You do a open reduction always from the anterior approach, from the deltopectoral approach. You don't need to go posterior, because your main defect which you have to treat to prevent a recurrence or instability is on the anterior side, the reverse Hill-Sachs, which you cannot deal from the posterior aspect. So you go from the anterior aspect, reduce the humeral head, and deal with the reverse Hill-Sachs if it is present according to the size. So if the defect size is less than 25%, you may leave it, or you may do just a transfers of the subscapularis. Detach the subscapularis from the lesser tuberosity and insert it using anchors or through transosseous tunnels, and put it or fix it into the reverse Hill-Sachs defect. If the Hill-Sachs defect is 25 to 50% of the humeral head size, then you need to do a LT osteotomy, a lesser tuberosity osteotomy, and transfer the whole tuberosity into the reverse Hill-Sachs. The lesser tuberosity can be fixed using 2 or more screws into the reverse Hill-Sachs defect. If the Hill-Sachs defect is more than 50%, or the duration of dislocation is more than 6 months, usually the cartilage has become very poor, and if you even do an open reduction, it will be unstable, or it will result in a painful shoulder. So it's better to do a hemiarthroplasty in such patients. So remember, you need to find out the size of the Hill-Sachs defect and measure it and treat it accordingly. If less than 25%, you transfer the subscapularis. If more than 25% but less than 50%, you do a LT transfer. If more than 50%, you do a hemiarthroplasty.